So far this week, stocks couldn't reclaim last week's broken support. I will show it to you on a 4-hour chart. The bigger trend is still up as many countries in Europe, for example, as well as emerging markets and some United States sectors made records. But short-term volatility is likely to continue, and I will explain again how it looks like on the 4-hour chart. We will look at a trade example for Herbalife. Congratulations, the stock is up over 120% since recent alert. And we'll finally look at the dollar, gold, and silver as they continue to interplay with one another. Please don't forget to hit the like button, share this video, make a comment, even put a hearts or a thumbs up in the comment section. This makes the algorithm think that this video is important, and it will show it to more viewers. Thank you for all of the comments I've been getting, and please continue doing so in the future. If you're a subscriber, stay tuned. We'll look at various securities such as crude oil, various ETFs, large cap stocks, as well as several of the speculative securities, and some of the new additions are Allogene Therapeutics, Biodesix, Celanese, several Tronox, so several of the new additions that are of interest, and so stay tuned. As always, I'll be using my proprietary MasterChartsTrading.com price action indicators, which you can see on this chart, this green, blue, red, and yellow lines. They're available for TradingView.com, and you can get them at MasterChartsTrading.com. All right, so right this instant we're looking at S&P 500, and it looks pretty good. Like there's no major breaks on the daily. This is a daily chart. Each chart is candlestick is a day's worth of activity. So far I don't see any major issues. Record highs were made relatively recently in the end of January. Previous breakout where we bought was in May of 2025 last year, and so far so good. And on this chart, the daily chart, once again, the first support is at the green line, and you can see the way it acted in November of last year. You can see that it dropped into the area of the green line, and then we rallied. So far we haven't even gotten there yet. So what I was looking at was a recent support break on a 4-hour chart, and so let's look at the 4-hour chart. So to use a 4-hour chart, you need to use a continuous securities such as futures, S&P 500 futures, or in this case I'm using ticker symbol US 500, available on TradingView.com, which is a CFD, or contract for difference, from Capital Com. So as I recorded this, or rather I was looking at this chart just a few minutes ago, and you can now see that we actually did close above this blue support resistance line. So technically speaking, this headline may not be so accurate because we actually did reclaim broken support just a minute ago, literally. So you can see that there's a big drop here on last Thursday, the 12th of February, and we broke this blue support resistance line, continued lower towards the red line. This was a short-term bear market signal, short-term meaning 4-hour chart, so like days to weeks to maybe a month or so, but not that long. But notice that really there were no follow-through to the downside, and we actually rallied back up today to close back above the blue line. So the resistance seems to have given, and we are back into at least a short-term uptrend. So there is a possibility that Monday we will actually see a relatively strong move higher. This is a new development obviously. So looking pretty good actually. I'm kind of happy about this close. I mean, we still have technically 54 minutes in the after hours, but it's actually pretty good news, I think. So we'll see where we get from here, but overall, it's not a bad looking chart. It's just kind of choppy. So for now, let's just, keep an open mind, keep a optimistic mind, I guess, because it does look like we're more likely to make new records than to collapse into a bear market. Some of the stock indices as well as sectors that made new records is Europe. So you can do this one. This is Europe as an contract for difference. We can also do VGK, which is a American equivalent of European stock market ETF. New records were just made today, so looking good for Europe as well. Additionally, emerging markets also made a record, an all-time high. Look at this move. The previous opportunity was back in April of last year, and it just skyrocketed basically from 42 to 62. So pretty strong move. So European, or rather, this is emerging markets, ticker symbol EEM. Yeah, this is good looking chart as well. So emerging markets are participating, Europe is participating, S&P 500 is basically participating, just it's kind of trading sideways for now, but by and large it's a pretty good looking chart as well. And one of the United States sectors that definitely made a new record is industrials, XLI. So we just made a new record for that as well. Industrials, a significant part of the market, and it has some of the more volatile names such as Uber, as well as Caterpillar and Boeing. So by and large, I'm not terribly worried about the state of stocks, and I think it's reasonable to expect new records to continue. I wanted to give a kind of like an update on one of the trades we did, and that is a recent trade for Herbalife. So Herbalife used to peddle all kinds of herbs. I'm not exactly sure what they do now, but they seem to be doing something right, and they seem to be making money. So the way I look at this chart, so let's first look at longer term chart of Herbalife. And I became interested in this stock back in July of 2025. So let's look at why did I become interested in this stock in July of 2025 of last year. So notice that, first of all, I sometimes like to look at stocks that are breaking out. And when I define a breakout, I mean something of this nature. So something very, very oversold, something that nobody really cares about. Notice that the last time the stock was above the blue line was back in September 2021. And then since then, we were just making lower lows and lower highs. Lower lows and lower highs until, this is a weekly chart, remember, until something happened in July of 2025. So let's look at more granular chart, and we're looking at daily chart right now. So yes, so the lower lows and lower highs, there were no closes above the blue line, which would imply a new bull market. But then it came up on my radar right there on 3rd of July last year, 2025. This was the initial breakout for the stock, Herbalife. Right there where I'm hovering. I did send an alert actually out immediately to my subscribers, and it took a little while for the target to be achieved. And I actually sent a couple more alerts, one on October 6th and another one on October 21st, 2025. So it took a little while, but then finally we got our target just a few weeks later on November 20th of last year, 2025. And then it just took off. So notice this Herbalife thing just continued taking off, making higher highs and higher lows until actually, today and yesterday there were earnings report. Seems to be very positive. Investors at least liked it. And we made a new high. So this is a very strong breakout. You can see that from the entry opportunity that was on back in October of last year. It was about $8. We went as high as almost $20 basically. So that's 122% move in your favor, and hopefully you were able to get in. If you were able to get in, congratulations, and I would continue holding it for now. So this is how we trade rather, and at Master Charts Trading, and you can also sign up and start trading using my indicators or simply following my alerts. Let's switch gears. Today's video will likely be quite short. I'm currently looking at the dollar currency index. So dollar is still, technically speaking, in a downtrend. However, notice the way the indicators are curving down towards the price action. So dollar, and you can see that they're going to continue curve down towards the price action even more into April of this year. So many times when this happens, when this type of curving down towards the price action, especially for the bearish securities, I've noticed many times that this is the time when a trend change quite often occurs. So you can see that it won't take a lot of energy for this security dollar currency index to get up to this blue support resistance line. And if we get above this blue line, it would imply a new bull market. So currently we're at around 97 points, and we only need to get to 99 points. So it's not that far off. We're only like 2% away from bullish levels. So bullish levels for dollar would also imply that, obviously dollars will be going up in against other currencies, but since things like gold and silver are traded in US dollars, normally it puts pressure on those commodities. So of late, that relationship has been not 100%, so to speak. Sometimes dollar goes up and gold and silver also goes up, and sometimes dollar goes down and gold and silver also go down. In normal times, when dollar goes up, silver and gold usually go down. So looking at this gold chart, this is an all-time high back in January of this year, and notice that we're again approaching this green support resistance line, and we're actually not that far off from the all-time highs. The same goes for silver, although silver does seem like it's weaker. So notice that we had a just gigantic drop in January of this year, got down, from like $120 an ounce to 63. So we almost halved, well, literally halved in just a few days. But now we seem to be recovering, and if silver closes back above $86, technically speaking, we're again should be buying it. However, as I just showed with the dollar, there is a possibility that dollar would appreciate significantly, and not only that, it would re-enter a new bull market. So in other words, not only it would appreciate, but it will also turn around and become a uptrending security, which would normally again put pressure on gold and silver. However, now is not exactly a normal time, so we are seeing certain things uncouple, and this is potentially one of them. So I am watching this pretty carefully. But for now, I would be I am not just very comfortable trading dollar, gold, and silver right this instant. So I'm actually staying out of this market until there is going to be a better opportunity. But I mean, some people like to trade things like silver pretty much all the time. So if we do close above this blue line, which is at 86.4, then I would be thinking about buying it. But I don't want to be doing this right this instant just because of the way the dollar is acting and the potential turnaround for the dollar. And basically this is it for this week, because the rest of the stock market review will be covering various securities that are not part of the general coverage. So again, if you are not yet a subscriber, head over to MasterChartsTrading.com, click on sign up for one of the products. So if you just want the indicators, these lines in the chart, you can get them for your you can get them on your chart as well. All you need to do is open a free TradingView.com account. This interface is called TradingView.com. So once you open the TradingView.com account, come to my site, Master Charts Trading, sign up for one of the packages that has the indicators, and then once you do that, I will open the door for you on TradingView.com. Yes, I know it's convoluted, but no other way to do it right now. If you just want the newsletter, and again, I send out daily alerts and weekly members only videos. For example, Herbalife trade example that I just showed was sent out to my subscribers. It was just sent out a while back, but notice the gain is very, very potent, 122% gain. So again, congratulations. And if you are interested in signing up for that, head over to my site, Master Charts Trading, sign up for the newsletter or the package, trading indicators and newsletters. I have yearly and weekly and monthly plans, and again, yearly plans save you 2 months off from the as compared to the monthly price if you sign up for the full year ahead. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, thank you for watching and have another great trading week. Bye-bye.